Okay, so Michael, thanks for joining us at this moment. So we would like to clarify, there was this report of Human Rights Watch on the widespread use of the cluster ammunition in Donbas. What would be the command of the OSCE? Your mission works there. What will you tell there?
Well, of course we're aware of these reports. We've looked at them, but for the time being, our monitors, which we have about 100 in eastern Ukraine, have not seen any evidence of that. Of course, our eyes are wide open. If we do see something like that, and believe me, many of our colleagues are former military, former law enforcement, so they do know how to recognize these types of munitions, but they have not seen any of that for the time being. If we see them, we will report it, but for the moment we have not.
Do your mission really works with how it works and it deals with particular cases of the use, for instance, Smerch and Uragan and this kind of rockets? How do you work? Do you explore particularly these things?
Well, those of your viewers who look at our daily reports, they're available widely on the internet, will notice that sometimes we do identify the type of munitions that we spot. It's not always possible because of security reasons, but wherever possible, we do, get as close as possible to identifying what kind of munitions are used. But again, I must repeat, for the moment, we have not seen ourselves cluster munitions. We're not saying they're not there, but we have not seen it. And, I must underline this one point, is that part of the strength of our mission is that we're impartial, neutral, transparent. So we only report what we actually see with our own eyes. We don't repeat media reports. We don't speculate. Only what we see with our own eyes, and then we go and verify, double check, and triple check.
And for instance, if you look through the report, you would hear there the expert of Human Rights Watch who have photos, who go to some of the sites. What would you do? How would you deal with that? How you would, I won't tell command, but would, investigate this case, because it's already very public and controversial?
Well, these are very, very sensitive times, and we have to be so careful in our monitoring work that we don't just report or repeat what has been seen in photographs or on YouTube video or wherever else. Again, it's very important that we, as a monitoring mission, establish the facts, and then we report what we have seen. But again, that crucial part of our work is establishing the facts, making sure that what we actually report we've seen with our own eyes.
And do you have a special, in your team, the people who would really do this investigation of the weapon which is used?
Right. Well, again, it's important to underline that we're a civilian, unarmed monitoring mission, so we have people with a wide range of skills. We have people who are former military, former law enforcement, we have human rights experts. So we have been called from time to time to look at specific cases, but we don't have those particular skills in our monitoring mission. However, it could be that some of our monitors are able to spot those types of things, and again, if we see them, we will identify them and report on it.
And so far, in spite of the ceasefire, and there are not just the reports, while we work in the field as well, there is a constant shelling from time to time in different areas of Donbas. What are the most common ammunition used by the sides, by the Ukrainian army, by the separatists, which is, because the shelling is there, it can't be denied?
Yeah, well, we have noted in our reports over the past few weeks a decline in the deterioration in the general security situation, and a lot of that deterioration has been because of heavy shelling. But we're not in a position, oftentimes, to identify the type of munition used, or most importantly, where it came from. There's a lot of pressure on us at times to say where a certain shell has come from, but again, with an unarmed civilian mission, we're mostly on foot or in armored vehicles, is very, very difficult.
And in this situation, what would be the experience? Who is responsible for the expertise? And if there is a need for further investigation, how can it be done properly according to all the sources? Which organization or whom can be, who is able to do that, to get a clear and very verified information that there won't be that much doubts and different ideas and opinions?
Well, there are a number of different agencies agencies out there with expertise, the UN among others. But again, this invitation to those agencies has to be made by the authority in charge of that particular area. So, and I can tell you as well that many of the areas around Donetsk are very, very dangerous at the moment because of shelling. So it is difficult to get certain agencies in there, civilian agencies, because of their security protocols. This gives you an idea of the risk that our mission is taking right now. We have again, about a little over 100 unarmed civilian monitors out there. They're assuming a lot of risk, but their work is very, very difficult, very dangerous. But yet they go out there day after day after day to monitor. And we hope that all of the information that we report will be of use to our 57 participating states, which, by the way, includes Ukraine and Russia, to take further actions.
Okay, thank you so much for the clarification, and we would, work with this information as well and ask everybody to comment.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Дякую. Отож, це був Майкл Боtsiurkiv, який коментував звіт організації Human Rights Watch щодо використання касетних боєприпасів в Україні.